Hi and welcome back to the Checkpoint CCSA certification series. In this video, we are going to focus on an essential component of our lab environment, the router. This router, with three interfaces, plays a crucial role in connecting our virtual networks and gateways within VMware Workstation. Our router has three interfaces. One is bridged to our home router, and the other two are connected to our security gateways. I explain why we are using this setup, how it enables us to simulate a realistic network environment, and why NAT or network address translation is a key feature in this configuration. So let's take a look on our router. This is our router. So this is a Cisco router. If you cannot find a Cisco router, you can use a VY router. It is a free router that you can download and use, and the VY router will follow the same logic. So here we can see what interfaces do we have. So here we can see that we have three different interfaces. The first one is bridged. So if we will look here on the VMware, we can see that the first one is bridged, and bridged means that this network adapter will get IP address directly from my home router, not from my host machine. So the first one is bridged, and the two others are NAT. This will be changed because NAT, so we need to, if we look at our topology here, so the cluster or the gateways are connected to this interface going to the router, and the gateways have this one have this external IP address, and this one is, so we have configured this for VMnet 1, this will be a VMnet 2, 3, and this one will be VMnet 4. So this interface will be VMnet 4. But let's take a look, before we change this, let's take a look at the configuration on this router. So because this router is getting IP address from my router, so I can open PowerShell on my host machine and get to it. So SSH, and then it is 10 and the password. Okay, so if we take show run here, what is important for us, so you need to create a user on this router to be able to SSH to it and enable SSH. But what is important in this case is the NAT configurations. So first here you can see this is a username created, and here we can take a look at our interfaces configuration. So this interface is the bridged interface, and it should have IPNAT outside. So the router will know that this is the outside interface. And here we see that these interfaces are IPNAT inside. And then we have this configure here, IP default gateway, this. So this IP is the IP of your home router. So what is the gateway of your host machine? This should be the same. So this command, IPNAT inside source list 110 interface gigabit 1 overload. This command configures NAT for traffic originating from IP addresses that match the access list 110. The list 110 refers to the access list 110, which defines the IP range 203.0.113.0 mask 24 as the source network. So the interface Gigabit Ethernet 1 specifies that the translation will use the IP address of that interface, which is typically connected to an external network marked as NAT. The overload command enables PAT, and PAT stands for port address translation, which allows multiple internal IP addresses to share a single internal IP address by differentiating sessions with unique port numbers. So we have only one external IP address, and many internal IP addresses will use the same external IP address to get out to the internet, and that by using unique port numbers. I will show later how when we connect all our devices, I can show on the router how this translations happens. This command here, IP route 000 to this. So this is a static route or a default route. This command sets a default route, meaning that any traffic destined for a network not explicitly defined in the router's routing table will be sent to the next hop, which is 10.1, and 10.1 is the default gateway. This is my home router. So it's this 10.1 address represents the gateway or the next hop IP address that will forward the traffic toward its final destination. And now we have this two access lists. These access lists are used for, it is an extended access list, the 110, is used to match traffic from this IP address or from this subnet and permits all IP traffic originating from that network to any destination. The access list 120 do the same, but with this subnet. This subnet is the external gateway. So if we look here, we can see that our router has two interfaces, one going to our cluster, and other one, which is this one, is the external gateway. So here in the topology, they made it these two are connected to the same interface, but to make it more real world, so we will use two different interfaces with two different public IP addresses. So now let's test our connection. So if we go to the GUI here and we ping, for example, 203.0.13, and so this is the external. This is an IP address of one of the interfaces on the router, and we can't ping it because the AGUI is sitting on the VMnet 1 and this interface isn't. The same is true for the gateway. So here, if we look in here, so as we have seen in the previous video, we have configured the ETH3, so show interface ETH3. So this interface is an external interface of the gateway. This interface should be able to ping the router. So ping 230.113.254, and now it's going because both interfaces on the gateway and the router are on the net. So if we check here, right click, so this interface, so 1, 2, 3, so this interface is net now, and the CSR interface is also net. So if we check here, it's also net. So now what we should do now, we should put both these interfaces on the VMnet 4, not 3, because here on the gateway, this is so ETH3 is the fourth interface, because we have ETH 0, 1, 2, 3. So this interface on VMware is the fourth interface. So now we can change it. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the fourth one, and custom, and put it on VMnet 1. Press OK there. And the same is true for the router. So right click, settings, and then change this interface to VMnet 1 and press OK. So now these will not be able anymore to ping each other. We need to restart both router and the gateway. But before that, we save config, and we do the same here. So here we go to the enable mode and WR right. And now we can restart these. So power off, power off, here power on, and power on. So wait until the gateway is up and running. Okay, now the gateway is downloading. We can go to the GUI there, open PowerShell and connect to the gateway. So SSH and now we test to ping the 203.0.13, and we have a ping. So now our gateway is connected correctly to our router, and we will do the same when we deploy the B gateway. So this we will do the same when we deploy this gateway. So that was for this video. In the next video we will continue configuring all the devices and put them at the correct VMnet, and then we with the next video our laptop videos will be done, and then we will start with the CCSA certification series. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.